Okay. Hello, my name is Daniel Mendoza. Today we're going to talk about subsets, proper subsets, the empty set, and how to find the number of subsets in a given set. So let's start with subsets first. Subsets are defined as when elements of one set are also the elements of another set. Written as set A is a subset of set B. Well, these are my notes. Hold on. Set A is a subset of set B. This is a subset. This is how you write set A is a subset of set B. Subsets. Let me write that up here. Subsets. Okay? So every element of A is also an element of B. A is a subset of B. It's hard for you to see, but you can see the expression. A is a subset of B. Okay? Now, let me illustrate. Set A is a subset of set B. You see? All right. Now, if there is at least one element of A that is not an element of B, then set A is not a subset of B. Well, let me show you that one. There's one element of A that is not a subset of B, then set A is not a subset of B. Okay? Now, let me write that down. When set A is not a subset of B, just like I showed you with the pots. Set A is not a subset of B. So let me write that down next to it. Set A is a subset of set B. And on the bottom one, set A is not a subset of set B. Okay? Now let me show you the pots again so there's no confusion. Set A is a subset of set B. There you go. But if at least one element of A is not like B, set A is not a subset of set B. Okay? Now, let's write some more expressions here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the pots. Let me use my black marker. Okay. Set A equals, this is the set, 1 and 2. Set B equals, this is the set, 1, 2, 3. See it? Set B, 1, 2, 3. Set A, 1, 2. It is a subset. Now, watch this. What if set A was, set A was or is 1, 2, 3. Got 3 elements. And set B is 1, 2. That's the set of 2 elements. That's where my pots come in. Set B, 2 elements. Set A, 1, 2, 3. I remember in the sentence structure, A has to be a subset of B. So A cannot be a subset of B in this particular set of sets. Because A has one or more that is not like set B. It's not going to fit. Now if we cover this one and look at these two, the elements of A, 1 and 2, are elements of B, 1 and 2. So set A is a subset of set B. If it was opposite, elements of A are elements of set B, 1, 2, 1, 2, but A has one or more that is not alike. if there is at least one element of A that is not an element of B, then it is not a subset. Set A is not a subset of set B. Okay? All right. Let's move on to proper subsets. Proper subsets. If set A is a subset of set B, and set A and B are not equal. So let's look at this again. Set A is a subset of set B, and the sets are not equal. So if we look at this one, set A, this one was correct. Set A is a subset of set B. Because they're not equal, that's a proper subset. Now before I write it down, let me change my marker. We change the marker so they can be separated, because now we're talking about proper subsets. Proper subsets. Let me draw a line here. Okay? Proper subsets. Now I just told you that this one, set A, one element 2, and those two elements are of B. Set A is a proper subset of B. It's still the same as set A is a subset of B. Now let me write what the symbol for proper subset looks like. Okay? Let me look at my notes. Written as A, set A is a proper subset of set B. Okay? Properly. Now, this is where I tell the story of, you go to the pottery shack and you're looking for pots, right? And you find a set. I mean, they're cellophaned up together. They're all put together. Set A is a subset of set B. Yeah, that's right. Set A is a subset of set B. They belong together. They come like that, right? So this properly belongs. Properly belongs. Set A properly belongs to set B. Okay? Now you go in there, there's been kids running around. They've been tearing up the store, moving stuff all around. So you're looking, it's discount day. And there's stuff not in packages. They're not in cellophane. They're all ripped up. You find this one and this one. You need some pots. Set A is a subset of set B. See? Fits. You combine them together. But it's not a proper subset. So when you get to the house and your husband or wife says, or partner says, hey, you bought me 2 of the same pots. And you say they're going to work, still going to work. They're going to say, yeah, but they're 2 of the same. I needed the set. You just bought one. You bought me 2 of one thing of the set. And you're going to be like, what? I was just doing what I was told. But look at it. It fits. It'll work. But it's not a proper subset. This one is a proper subset. It properly goes with it. You see? So, proper subset. Let's read the definition again. If set A is a subset of set B, A is a subset of set B, and the sets A and B are not equal, it's a proper subset. And that's the way it's written. Proper subset. So it's not to confuse you, it's just to be proper. A is a subset of B. Showed you with the pots. But if they're not equal, and it's a proper subset, it properly goes in there, just like this one. 1 and 2 fits into there because 1 and 2 is an element of B. 1 and 2, it's proper. Now, if this was 1, 2, 3, it would still be a subset. A is always a subset of B, but they would be equal. So it's not a proper subset, it's just a subset. A is a subset of B. But like with the pots, because A was a proper subset, that's how you write it. A is a proper subset of B. Now, is that making sense? I hope so. Now we're going to the empty set. So the empty set. For any set B, the empty set is a subset of B. I'm going to use the pots again to show you what I'm talking about. This one's kind of quick, but we're going to look at it. For any set B, other than the empty set is a subset proper subset of B. Now let me explain. Let me show you my hand here. Empty set. These sets have numbers and elements. 1, 2 element, 1, 2, 3, 3 elements. But the empty set has no elements. There's nothing in there. It's empty. But you still have to think of it because even though there's nothing there, it's still labeled as a set. It's an empty set. Okay? How many sets do you have? I have 3. What are the elements in them? Well, in the first set, I don't have anything. It's empty. In the second one, I have 1 and 2. The third one, I have 1, 2, 3. Now, just think of it as it's considered a set, only it's empty. It has to be considered a set. Now, that's important to remember for the last part of what I'm showing you here. I'm going to show you that in a second. But let's stick with the empty set for now. Empty set. So when you're writing the empty set, let me draw my line here. Talking about empty sets now. Empty sets. Now when you're writing the empty set, it's written like this. Remember, A always comes first, and the empty set is always going to be a subset of every set. Okay? Let me show you what that means. Empty set is written like this. Empty. That's the way it would look. But because it's empty, it has a symbol. The empty set really is written like, let me write this. Empty set equals, that's the symbol for empty set. Okay? When you see this, just think empty set. And when you want to write it out, you can write this, empty set. And let me show you what that comes out to look like. Remember, the empty set is always a subset of every set. And I'm going to write it out and then I'm going to explain that one to you a little bit more, okay? Empty set is always the subset. Always the subset. Let me look at my notes here. Subset. Empty set is always a subset of every set, okay? Empty set is a subset of B, okay? Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. Empty set is a subset of B. Here's our B. Let me find our B here. Here's B, okay? A is always a subset of B. In this case, A is the empty set. The empty set is a subset of B. So here it is. There's the empty set that I talked about earlier. There's nothing in it. Empty set. So now if I turn my hand like this, there's nothing there, right? It's empty, right? B, this is the set. Empty set is a subset of every set. Now think about it. It's empty. Subset. Think of it like the soul or the spirit. Every set has a spirit, an empty set. It's empty in there. Spirit. Don't think soulless, think soul. Like, this is the empty set, this is the soul. It's part of every set. That empty set is in there. It's right there. It's empty. You gotta count that space. It's an empty set. So, the empty set is a subset of every set. Okay? Empty set is a subset of every set. The empty set is within every set. That soul, that spirit is within every set. Now that's so important. All these things are important for the last step of what I want to talk about. The number of subsets in a given set. Okay? Everybody with me? All right. Now, I'm going to staple something here so I can continue on with the lesson. Right below there. Can we see that? Yes. We're going to add on. We're going to add on in motion. Constant motion. Don't slow down. We got it. Okay? Now for this one, to find the number of subsets in a given set, let me use black. My black marker. I'll draw a line here to separate it. Now let me write that. Number of subsets, excuse me, in a given set. Okay? Now, might have to bring my, no wait, we might be able to do it there with that space, okay? So,